This is the first chance I've had to come and have a look around the cottage, which I'm going to be renovating. I wasn't actually expecting this because I'm quite busy at the moment, but suddenly it became vacant and we actually need to do some major work to it. Well, not major work, but we need to make it a lot nicer than it is. So here I am, coming this afternoon with my pad and paper and my measuring tool, and I'm just going to have a look round and see what needs to be done. And I thought you might be interested in having a look too. So here we are coming through the front door, and as you can see, there's a sort of little lobby in here. I mean, ideally, I quite like to put a front porch on the front door because I think it's quite a good place to put wellies and things in and stuff like that. And then we're coming into, this is the sort of telly room, sitting room, lounge, drawing room, whatever you like to call it. So it's actually got sort of 3 windows in it, which is quite good because it means it's got, quite nice light. So what I'm actually doing today as well, when I finish doing videoing, and I'll probably show you how I do it, is I've got to measure everything. So I've got to measure all the walls, the ceilings, everything like that. So it does actually smell of sort of old dog in here at the moment, which isn't very nice. So we definitely need to get rid of the brown carpet, which I think has probably done its job and had a life. So the next room I'm going to go into, I'm back into the hall now. And there's a little sort of understairs cupboard with nothing in at the moment. And then I'm going to come into the kitchen. The thing is, I'm thinking of not going to do anything structural to it. We're just going to use what's here. So this is probably like the dining area. You can see the sort of dining where the carpet is. So this is going to be sort of probably where you put the table and chairs to eat. And then this is the kitchen, which is fairly sort of updated. It's not that bad, but I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet. There's actually a back door, which I'll open, and actually I've got the keys. I'll have to show you later. I'll be going around the outside as well after I've done the inside. So this is the kitchen, and it's got a cooker and a hob and a sink. It's pretty basic, but I think we can make it a bit better. This would have been the sort of the fire sort of area, which I'm not quite sure about, the sort of alcove, but we'll have to sort of do something with that because it's probably a very thick wall. And then we're going to carry on upstairs, and it's sort of got really dodgy things like awful pipe work everywhere. So I've got to try and think of a way. I'm going to strip all the woodwork out, put new woodwork in. So coming through now, I'm going to come through here upstairs. This is up like a little flight of stairs, and we're going to come into the bathroom or the shower room, which is absolutely tiny. So I've got to try and make this look a bit nicer. So it's basically got a walk-in shower. I'm not sure if I might sort of try and not make the shower so big and maybe make it have a bit of storage in here. Not too sure, but it's perfectly okay for the moment. But we just need to sort of make it a bit more inviting because at the moment it's not very, very nice. I mean, it's got sort of lino on the floor. I think we'll have to do something a bit better than that. And then we're going to carry on up the stairs, which are perfectly all right. So that's good. So there's nothing sort of majorly like structural, but I do need to do also strip off quite a lot on the walls. Although it's been painted white, you can see there's a lot of sort of wallpaper that's been painted over for the years. So that's why it's, we're sort of going to have to do a bit of stripping down because I might have to get all the walls sort of skimmed and stuff. And then in here, this is one of the double bedrooms. Again, there's brown carpet throughout, which we're going to try and have to get rid of. And then it's got a really big window, very sunny. Also, what I have to do is I have to work out what aspect the rooms are in, if they're sort of north, south, east or west. Because it's quite important. So then you sort of know what colours and things to have. So this room, that's got sort of the old boiler cupboard and there's nothing in there now. So I'm going to just take that away because it's not very nice. It looks like the Queen Mary sort of sailing across the room. So then we've gone, next room we're going to go into is there's a little sort of single room, which I think I might make into like a children's room, which is quite small. Actually has a lovely view outside. I'll show you in a minute. But this is quite a good little room. I'm not sure if I can get 2 double beds in yet because I've got to do my measuring and see how big everything is. So this is the view. I'll try and open the window a bit more and you can have a look. And you can see the view, which is really beautiful. And you can see there's a lovely silage field next door with the tractor ready to do the baling. I'll show you more of the outside when we go to the outside. So this is the last bedroom. So it's 3 bedrooms. It's 2 double bedrooms and a sort of single room. And this one again has a lovely view. I mean, they're sort of decent sizes. So I definitely get like a sort of decent sized bed and stuff in. And they've got the old fireplaces, which we can just make look a little bit nicer. But you see, it's all the skirting boards and things have all seen better days. So it's all going to go. And then you can see the view over here as well, which is really beautiful. So I'm going to go and show you the outside now. So here I've been going around the room and I've been using my sort of magic measuring tool, which I've just bought this morning. And I've measured the room and I've been doing all the sort of the measurements of the windows and the walls. And then I'm making a list of what needs to be stripped out. So I'm just doing that at the moment. I'm sort of doing one thing at a time. I'm just trying to sort of get it back to the bare bones and then we'll start building on that. So here we're going outside now, and this is sort of the back area, which is really sunny, which is good, isn't it? You've got somewhere really nice and sunny. I hope I can get back into the door as I can. And then, unfortunately, we have got an oil tank here, but we're going to have to try and disguise that. And then we've also got a lovely garden, but it's just quite nice and it's quite private and sheltered. And we'll probably be able to have dogs and things here as well. So we'll sort of make it dog proof. I'm definitely going to have to change the back door into something a bit nicer. There's lots of wires and things everywhere you can see. And the sky dish, which I think we're going to have to sort out. So this is carrying on around the garden. And it's absolutely fine. I'm thinking of actually trying to make a better parking rather than having to park on the side of the track. I'm going to see if we can actually bring the cars in to make it look a bit better. And as you can see, it's got that sort of pebble dash effect. But I think if we painted it, I think it would look a lot better than it does now. And then as you can see, we've got lovely, beautiful fields with the tractor. And a lovely view and a lovely aspect. And we have got next door neighbours, but they're not very, there's only one sort of lovely old woman who lives next door who's absolutely harmless. So she's very nice. And there's a couple that live in the farmhouse who I literally haven't spoken to or seen for years, but they seem to be quite happy in there. So here I am walking around the front again. And I think I'm going to have to do something with the front door because it's just horrible. And I think it would look so much nicer if I put a porch on there. I think it'd be worth putting something just for wet boots, dogs, etc., etc. It's sort of calling out for that. So I'm carrying on around. It's a pretty maintenance-free garden. There's a few plants in it. I have to say I'm not really the gardener of the year, so I'm not very good at gardening. But I can see that there's some quite nice shrubs and things. Might need a bit of a cut back. So anyway, here we are. And we'll go back in again. So this is it, the cottage. And I'm really looking forward to decorating it, actually. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun project. But I just have to be organised when I do it all. And I hope you can come along. I'll turn it around so you can see me again now. I hope you come along and enjoy the journey with me, and I can show you all the fun things which I'm going to do. So I'll see you next time on my YouTube channel.